gonna stay here, no. Ain't gonna keep it low. Now, if you wanna go, let's go. Let's wrap it up and hit the road. I just got an awesome vibe, striking the winner post now. Liberty's on my mind. We've taken off, we've left the ground. You gotta understand that we get one chance, one chance.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Okay, today it's quite late in the day. We've been out to the park, we've done some recycling and cashed in for our 10 cents per bottle and can and all of that today. If you haven't seen that video, it's here on the channel, have a look at it. But I'm cooking dinner now and I'm thinking, okay, I have not done an actual proper meal plan for April yet, just because so much going on. We've got school holidays and everything, and I'm usually onto it, but things have just been all over the place with work and stuff. So I'm trying to get myself back into my normal meal planning routine. Now, for me to do that, the first step I do in that meal planning process for me is to clean up my areas, my fridge, freezer, pantry, and that's all. Just those areas, yeah, fridge, freezer, and pantry, and freezers, I'll say. But the problem for me, and I can do all that, no problem, but the problem for me is my freezer, is my chest freezer especially, is that freezer's, it's kind of like one extreme to the other. That freezer's too full, everything's crazy, because I've got so many little markdown things in there. If you haven't seen that video, have a look on the grocery haul playlist, I think it is. I spent like 2 to 3 weeks going around and sort of shopping markdown stuff as I was out with work, and it was kind of a little challenge for me because I can't normally get those markdowns at the regular supermarkets I go to, but because I was out and about doing work stuff, I was checking other supermarkets and I got a lot of bargains. So go and have a look at that video. It was very successful, but I have a lot of that in that freezer. It's very full, I'm running out of room and I need to put bread and stuff in there. And I think it's just because of the packaging. So I'm going to try to fix that up tonight. The other thing is my upright freezer normally has a lot of like freezer meals and that made in them. I don't have any, so I need to start filling that up, and I want to make a plan for that as well. So that'll be like an extra shop that I'm going to do, just because, like I've said here on the channel over the last couple of weeks with my grocery shops, if you've been watching me for a long time, I have a very strict routine and budget with my groceries. However, at the moment, I'm just trying to get back on top of things because I didn't do proper grocery shopping for weeks before I went away, like with the cruise, and then after we've come back, I've just been trying to stock back up on things. So we went through stockpile stuff and all of that, and I just haven't. So I'm just trying to spend a bit of extra money we've got and just trying to do that. So I'm going to try to do that. So I need to sort out and see what's happening with that freezer. And then the freezer at the top of my fridge is a mess too. I go through these phases where I have different freezers for different things, and then they get all messed up and then I've got to redo it again. So that's what I'm going to plan on doing tonight. So I thought I'd just film for you guys and talk you through it and show you what's going on in my freezers, and just to get organized so I can have a clear set knowledge of what I've got in my fridge, freezer and pantry, so I can actually do a meal plan for the rest of April, because I've already started in April now. So the rest of April, possibly into May perhaps, and then I'll start fresh again next month and everything should be running smoothly. That's my hope anyway. Alrighty. Current state of my chest freezer. Completely full. So I need to fix this, obviously. I've got a lot of markdown things, obviously, that I got over the last few weeks and things. But there are packages like this that's taking up space where I could just grab those out and put them in a bag and just have less space, like take up less space. There's also, I don't know what else is in here. It's just mainly just meats in here, honestly. So I just need to pull everything out and then try to go through it. I feel like there's a couple of lots of chicken actually down the bottom that are just probably not going to be the best, like plain chicken. I'm actually going to get rid of those and just buy some fresh stuff and just try to get back on top of my cooking. It's just been there for too long and I just don't think it'll be okay. Like quality wise, obviously you could probably still eat it, but it will not be good. Like, it's not great. But there's, yeah, I need to definitely sort out this one. Honestly, like, because I was just getting stuff as I was out working, I kind of drive past my house and then drop it back in, just throw it straight in the freezer, just so it wasn't in the car with me. So, you know, stuff like this, I didn't want to give up, obviously. Look at that. $4.95. Saved $4.05. It was pretty much half price. It was so good. So, yeah, this I need to fix. Now, unfortunately, my upright freezer Actually, I thought this was empty, but I can tell I forgot that I've, again, thrown more discounts in here. So I really need to bag this stuff up. Generally in this freezer, I have like, you know, a drawer for chicken, a drawer for beef. I have a drawer for vegetables as well. And then up here I did, look at this, more stuff. Up here I had all my freezer sandwiches for school lunches and us and all that. This is not a big enough space at the moment for that, so I'm actually going to move that into the top of my fridge. So this one, I'm still trying to decide. I think up here I might just put sort of open veggies perhaps, or just more veggies, I think maybe there. And then down here usually, in this section I'll have, oh there's one there, I'll have sort of some smaller portioned frozen meals for Johnny for work. So if he's got a shift where he's going to be over dinner, then we quickly have that and we just throw it together with some veggies or whatever. That's usually what we do, or rice or something, because it's usually that kind of thing. There's some mince I actually put, this was from Costco, and I actually quickly bagged it up and put it in the freezer here like this, just to freeze it, because I couldn't fit it in my big freezer, which is where this would normally go. So generally this freezer is ready-made sort of meals. That's what I try to do in here, like in the bags, how I freeze them. But it's got nothing at all in there, so I need to stock that up. And then this poor freezer, this was kind of some sort of, I don't know, what are these, snacky type, quick, easy lunch things. So it was party pies, anything to do with my pizzas up here. I started putting dessert stuff in here, but I don't really have the room. I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out. I've put some frozen yogurts in here. I'd have open veggies up here too, so I don't know. I think what I need to do is start with the big chest freezer and just pull everything out and see where I'm at with that, and then decide how I'm actually going to set all the freezers up. longer than I expected. It's like 10 o'clock now, so we kind of had dinner, and then I was like, went back to it again. I started it, then had dinner, and then we went back to it again. I'm like, it took a lot longer than I thought because it was so hard to organize the chest freezer. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a rundown on that, but I'm not going to unpack it all and show you what's there because you kind of saw it in the video anyway, but I'll explain. So I've made each area different yet again. I usually, when I'm organizing the freezers, it's just purely to make it functional for me, you know what I mean? So, and then I have to tell everyone where everything is, but mainly it's for me, for it to be functional. Like the chest freezer is mainly just for me to go into because I need meats and things for dinner and veggies and stuff like that. It's the other things, like maybe, I don't know, if Johnny's like cooking sausage rolls or something for lunches, things like that, or the kids are looking for dessert, that kind of stuff, then they need to know where it is. So I've just moved everything around again to try to make it more functional. There was a couple of things that didn't fit into the chest freezer, like my mince, it just wouldn't go in there, but I'm going to use that fairly soon to make stuff for that goes into here, so bolognese, maybe taco mince, that type of stuff. It will go in here, so I've still got it stored in there because I'll cook it and then that stuff will actually go back into the drawers anyway, because that freezer there is definitely where I will always keep my pre-made freezer meals as such. So the other thing I did was I wrote like everything down on this little book here for me. I might make a list and stick it on the freezer or something maybe, I don't know, but I've actually written myself, because obviously I want to do my meal plan, and part of the way I meal plan is I clean the fridge, freezer and pantries out, like just tidy them up, empty boxes out, rotate things, all of that. So everything I've done today I do in the pantry as well and the fridge, and then I haven't done it for a while, so it took me longer this time. And then I go through and write things down in all those areas that I can make like main meals out of, and maybe if there's some sort of snack or something I can make, I'll write that down too, and then I'll try to meal plan from that first, and then any extra ingredients is what I write on the grocery list, so I don't overspend. I do shopping from the pantry is what I call it, so I do that, and then I'm not overspending, I'm not buying stuff I don't need, I'm not doubling up, and you know what I mean, like I'm actually saving money by doing that, and it just works a treat. So I've actually written a list down because I need that list for my meal planning, and I don't want to have to go through that freezer again because I've stacked everything. I know where everything is, it's all in containers, but I just didn't want to have to unpack it all. I wanted to write it down here, so I did that. All right, so the chest freezer. So my thoughts on the chest freezer is just to have veggies in here, meats, obviously, more so obviously raw meats or prepared meats that haven't been cooked yet. So no freezer meals in here as such, generally speaking, is what I'll do. So I've actually split, so you would have seen, and I've got bread obviously as well, bread sort of stuff. I do need more bread, but when I do groceries I'll get some more bread. I don't think, because I'm going to be doing my freezer sandwiches for when school goes back, and even in school holidays, it's a good idea to have that stuff too, just to be ahead and prepared. I don't need a lot of loaves of bread in my freezer if I don't have the space, because I pretty much just use this for toast, you know, that's what we use it for, because we have the other stuff for sandwiches already done, so it's not such a big deal. But the containers that I use, if you saw them, so they are these containers, you know, with the holes in them. They kind of look like a wicker basket type thing, but it's plastic. They're from Kmart. They're cheap, they work well, I've used them for years. I always tell people about them because it helps keep your freezers especially like just organized. So instead of just stacking everything in your freezer and not knowing what you've got and not using stuff and then wasting stuff and all of that, it's a really good organizational sort of system that you can use. And because the holes are in it, the airflow still goes through it and still keeps everything frozen cold. So what I've tried to do as much as possible is have like a tub of chicken, a tub of beef, you know, that kind of situation. That's what I tried to do. I do have pork, but I kind of just threw the pork, because I don't have a lot of pork, but I've thrown that in with, I think, the chicken as well, because I've got lots of chicken. We eat more chicken than anything really. Not a lot of red meat. We're not big red meat people, but yeah, so that was pretty good. Now I'm gonna put this, I want to keep this somewhat tidy. I do have some chicken schnitzels here that I couldn't fit in the containers, but there are meats in there that I'm going to be cooking soon enough, so you know there'll be spots for that, and then I can fit some more bread here. The vegetables, I put all the open vegetables in this basket here, and then everything underneath that, like spare vegetables for like stir fries and just backup veggies and potato chips, are all underneath. I actually put the cheese too. I always have shredded cheese in my freezer because I use it for pizzas. That's what, or any other cooking thing, I usually have it, so it doesn't go bad in the fridge. It's really good. You can freeze almost anything, so I love that. So I'm happy with this space. No one else should really have to go into here except to get a loaf of bread, pretty much. Okay, my upright freezer. This is a bit of trial and error here with this one. I'm going to see how I go, because normally I have the dessert stuff in the chest freezer over there. However, I just don't have the space, and then I'm like, oh, I want a better space because I want to put more desserts in. I don't want to be restricted just to the icy poles, which Isabel just loves, and just one tub of ice cream. So I've got a couple of tubs in there. I like to have different desserts in here if possible too. Like I might have different ice creams on sticks, or I might have like chocolate Bavarian, apple pies, that type of thing. So I'm waiting for these to freeze, and then I can sort of shift them up and then stack more stuff in and stuff. So there'll be plenty of room, I think, in there. And then this drawer here is mainly for what I call party food Friday night, pretty much. So we've got fish in here. We've got sausage rolls. I do have a lot of ham at the moment in here because I bought this when it was on a point still, and what I do is I defrost it and cut it up and put it on pizzas, like homemade pizzas. So I had a lot, like I had a huge amount, and we've slowly been going through it, so that's there. And I also put, actually in here for the moment, is, until I can fit it maybe in the chest freezer, is the bacon from Costco. So I've already used like one, this come in a big 3-pack. Have a look at the Costco, what will it be on? It'll be on the Costco haul, the most recent Costco grocery haul, on the grocery haul playlist. You can see it, but it comes in like a big 1.5 kilo pack, but it's 3 lots. It's the best bacon in the world. I absolutely love it. So it's good because you can just cut it up like this and just freeze it, which is awesome. The next drawer is usually chicken, so when I make all my chicken stuff, I'll have it sitting up. This is like a butter chicken that I've got. I just put it in this at the time because I didn't have my sandwich bags at the time that I freeze things in. I tend to use the freezer, like the sandwich bags, because it saves space, like hugely. Like this takes up probably at least, you know, double the amount of a bag would. Do you know what I mean? And I freeze them flat and then have them sitting up in the drawer, a bit like a filing cabinet. So it works really well. So lots of different chicken dishes go in here, like stir fry, honey mustard chicken. If I do like chicken enchiladas, sort of chicken mix up, I do that in there. Just anything like that, I'll pop in there. And then, oh, this drawer is supposed to be for beef stuff. So I only have one lot of deviled sausages at the moment. But this mince here shouldn't be here. It should be in the chest freezer. I just don't have room. But I'm going to be obviously using that very soon to make bolognese, taco mince, all that kind of stuff. So that will get used very quickly, and then that stuff will stack up in here anyway, so it's all right. And then the bottom is just for Johnny's smaller meals that I'll keep making when I do my big bulk prep up. The only thing I've found that I've not made space for at the moment is I usually have like prepped bags of like grated and chopped and diced veggies that are ready to go for when I make like bolognese and like lots of different things. I have like a combination that I always use. So it usually has carrot, onion, capsicum and zucchini in it, and you guys have seen me make them in the past, and I will do an updated video on that so you guys know, because it's great to have. Because if I just last minute think, oh, I've got that mince, you know what, I feel like spaghetti bolognese, I'm gonna make it up. I don't have to go and buy the other ingredients, it's already in the freezer, so I can just quickly do that. However, I usually put it in that top drawer where the party food Friday stuff is. Oh, sorry about that, it went a bit blurry. So I'm thinking maybe I might have room with the other veggies somehow in the chest freezer once we start sort of, you know, maneuvering a few things around. So I'll probably do that because it's just so handy to have those bags, and I just don't have any at the moment. Now my fridge freezer is purely just for, I'll say, lunches. That's what I'm going to use it for. So So I do freezer sandwiches for school. I do them just for Johnny and I as well, like for work and things. I have them prepped ready for doing like toasted sandwiches as well. It's really good. I can even do, if I do breakfast ones, I'll pop them in here. I have some hot cross buns I got from Costco. They've all been buttered and wrapped, so they're in here ready to go, so we can just pull out, pop them straight into lunch boxes and things. I have up here at the moment, I come up with this little brainiac idea tonight. I thought this is such a good idea. So this is just one of the, you know, the brown shopping bags, and I've just cut it to size and I can label it. How good is that? I could fit another one in here as well. So when I get more muffins, because I will from Costco, I don't have many in there at the moment because I couldn't get many. There was no chocolate. I wanted chocolate, so I couldn't get them on my last shop. So my next one, I'll fit another bag in here and be able to slide them in. But how brilliant. So I've left enough space, airflow still goes through, everything's good there, it feels cold enough. And well, at the moment anyway, if I have to put holes in these, I will. Like, I'll just do a few little holes just to keep airflow through it. But what a great way of having a container. I just couldn't find a container that fit in here today. So it's a great way of having a container and keeping things together, like you can see in there, without, you know, having to have a container for starters, and one that you can change over all the time and just change the label. So I'm so excited about that. I do freeze cookies as well. When I buy big batches of them from Woolworths, usually on a point still, I have like the choc chip ones as well. I usually have them. I've only got Anzac left at the moment, so but that was before I had gone back to Costco. So going back to Costco, we're a bit sick of the cookies, so it'll be nice to have the muffins, like a cake type thing again. So we'll go through those, and yeah, we'll stick with the muffins there. And then over here, I am doing, well, at the moment I've got yogurts in here. I want to have enough yogurts. I'll probably do some cheese and cabana bags up as well. I tested that last year and froze them, and they work great. So I can just pull them out, and Joseph has them in his lunchbox, and I take them to work, and Johnny can take them, and they're pretty good. Like, you'd think they might get a bit soggy or something, but they don't. So I think I'll just try to set them up in here. I'm not sure, because I've got ice blocks up here, but I could put more stuff. I'm not sure about that yet. I have to figure it out. But once I start making sandwiches again and just maneuvering stuff, this is kind of the basis of it. So I'm pretty happy. I think I will cut a few holes in the side here just to make sure there is good airflow through here. But yeah, I'm most excited about this idea. I think that's great. I've just done a few little holes. I've just used the scissors and cut little slits in here to make sure, and it's on every single side of the bag. So I think that'll help with the airflow. But yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with that. So guys, that is my little freezer clean out today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it motivates you to go and clean out your freezer, fridge and pantry as well. Maybe it's giving you some ideas on how maybe you could set up things in your own freezers if you've got multiple freezers, or even if you've got one and you're trying to figure out how you can maybe create more space and things like that. Maybe it'll give you a few ideas with that. Like I said, containers are a must, like especially those Kmart ones with the holes in them. They're very, very good because airflow goes through them, so it keeps everything frozen. The brown bag in the freezer where I've put the muffins, that is just something I come up with today, and I think that's like genius, because the thing was, I was trying to find a container that would fit in the top there, and I just didn't have any. They were all too big. So I was like, right, what am I gonna do? And then I saw the bag on the ground, because I've just had brown bags lying around at the moment, and I thought, you know what, I'll just cut it and I'll use it, and it's worked great. And it's great because I can actually, you know, throw them out, get new ones, write something different on you can label them so easily, you know what I mean? So that's a great idea. So maybe consider doing that as well. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with everything. I'm exhausted though now, so I'm gonna go. But thanks so much for watching this video. Please check out the rest of the channel and the playlist. If you don't know, I actually restarted the channel after I've been on YouTube for, well, I think I figured out it's nearly 10 years. So it's been a long time, and I've just kind of refreshed it and stuff, so I'm doing a lot more of this content to help you guys, to help you save money and save time and things, because me doing this is going to save time over the next fortnight when I'm actually, you know, doing my meals and all that too. So it's all part of the process, and, you know, it gives me more time to do the fun things in life that I want to do, so, and money also to do that as well. So I hope that it helped you guys. But yeah, check out the rest of the channel, and I will see you guys probably tomorrow. Bye.
The things that we'll do, 'cause I